doesn't always mean you're weak. Sometimes you're just strong enough to let go. Hi, I'm Vanesha Brandini from SMK Negeri 1 Abung Selatan. And today, I would like to tell you my story, Between Pages. Let's dive into the story. One day, I woke up with my heart pounding. Fear, nervousness, and yet a flicker of joy filled the first day as the new college started. I still remember, years ago, how I would sit in the corner of the library, my hands busy writing in the notebooks as if every line I wrote was a key leading me closer to my dream. My dream was simple, become a lawyer. I only wished to be voiced for the truth that was so often silenced. But the path was not as smooth as I imagined. It all began that what should be a simple conversation between me and my mom turned into the night of my downturn. I cannot support your dream of becoming a lawyer. The word of law is harsh. But mom, this has been my dream since I was a child. I just want to help those who cannot defend themselves. You think it's easy to fight against lies? You're too young to understand all the risk. Maybe I'm young, but that's why I have to try. If I give up now, it means I'm betraying myself. Those words shocked me. Since that night, I felt directionless. I lost my morning, forgot its flavor, and even the simple act of breathing felt like a burden I could no longer bear. But time passed, and now I began to learn something. That not all dreams have to come true in the way I once imagined. Sometimes a winding road opened up the doors that we never knew existed, but held the meaning just as precious. And then one day, I sat in the park with my favorite book, Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. Oh, such a tragic love story. Love so strong, but defeated by bitter reality. And there's a voice behind me. Brilliant, isn't it? Shakespeare makes a simple love story become more than love. It's about conflict and how powerless we stand against fate. Stop it! I looked up at the guy who had spoken. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to read along. You like Shakespeare? I just nodded. We sat in silence. But then the rain came, and with it, he left. Let's read again together to borrow in the right corner of the library like you usually do. Before I could reply, he had run off through the rain. I just smiled. Romeo and Juliet maybe end up in tragedy, but perhaps my story, one that began on the park, would find different ending. And there he was the next day, seated quietly as though the Lord never watched him. He glanced at me and asked me softly, "Have you finished Romeo and Juliet?" Yes, tragic, but beautiful. Perhaps tragedy is only born the moment we give in to fate. If only they had waited a little longer, maybe their story wouldn't have been so tragic, right? I lowered my gaze, pretending to open my book. But deep down, I knew that afternoon was just a beginning. Here, in the quiet corner of the library, my real story was being written. But then one day, I stood in front of the judges with a stacks of arguments. I still want to prove myself, to claim a place in the world of law. So, I joined a debate competition. But within the first minute, my tongue froze. Your argument is weak. Do you even have a basis for it? It feels like you came here unprepared and wasting your time. If this is the best thing you can do, I can imagine how you expect yourself to survive in a real courtroom. You're not convincing anyone. Not me. Not the audience. Not even yourself. I think you should reconsider if this path is truly means for you. Said one of the judges. After the competition, I stood in the back row and he found me there. Are you alright? I failed. Oh, my word was for nothing. I shouldn't have joined. I should have realized that I'd never be able to do it. Don't say like that. Losing is normal. The only mistake is if you give up now. You don't understand. mockingbird. That night, I drove into stories at Atticus Finch, the lawyer who defended the truth even knowing he would lose. My tears flowed endlessly. And the next day, when he saw my swollen eyes, he simply smiled and said, I know you just needed a reminder. You don't have to be a lawyer to fight for justice. You can do it in other ways, through writing, through dialogues, or even through stories you share. The book was wonderful. Thanks. Atticus lost, but he still stood for what was right. It reminded me that dreams aren't always about winning, but about the courage to resist. I want to keep walking, but this time not to prove anything to others, but for myself. That's what I said. From him, I learned that a dream is never bound to a single road. To give voice for justice doesn't always mean standing behind a bench of law. Perhaps my voice will travel through word, through dialogue, through other ways that are no less meaningful. This journey has taught me so many things, especially about how I fight for my life, my dream, and my voice. This journey taught me that strength is not about never falling, but about how we're standing back after life tries to break us down. It taught me that even when the world tells you you can't, you have to tell them back. Watch me. Thank you for listening to my story. Have a great day.